Today, I will be talking about how to improve Nigerian football. Nigeria is a great country with a lot of potential. We have produced world-class players. Players like Christian Chukwu, Shego Debami, Jejo Okocha, Kanu Nwankwo, Finidi George, and many others. Nigeria have won the Olympics. Nigeria have won Nations Cup and many other awards. We have accomplished a lot. So many countries around the world, including countries in Europe and Asia and America, have not won Olympics. And sometimes we don't give each other credit. I think Nigeria deserves credit for winning 1996 Olympics, winning gold, beating different kinds of top teams, including Brazil. Outstanding performance. And we have the ability to win the World Cup, but we need to do our homework. We need to improve our football. And the first thing we need to do is to start electing the right people to run NFF. People that have the knowledge, experience, education to run football in Nigeria. People that have international experience. People that understand management of football. People that can unite and unify the nation through football. People that have the vision to restructure Nigerian football. People that have the education and also the experience. For example, somebody like Okocha, Jejo Okocha, even if he doesn't have the education, but the experience can match the education, that kind of person can be elected, or Kanu Nwankwo can be elected as NFF chairman, and so many others can be elected. But it's very important that we elect somebody that have the education and the international experience. The second thing we need to do is to form committee, and what I mean by committee, reputable committee that have the experience to run football in Nigeria. People that have interest in changing things, changing football in Nigeria. Not people that are corrupt, that are more interested in what they can put in their pocket. We don't need those kind of people. The third thing we need to do, we need to hire a national team coach who has international experience and also understand Nigerian football and culture. Of course, the NFF will have performance objective for that particular coach. And we make sure that we give that coach the freedom to pick players without interfering, to pick players around the world, including in Nigeria. I want to make this comment. I don't know, I believe that a lot of people have seen what I have seen. When you pick a player from any club in Nigeria and take that person to another club in Europe, you can see the transformation of that player. That player will become a big name player will do very well, will blossom. How come they're not blossoming in Nigeria? That is a problem. Because of the nature of our league, because of the class of our league, because of the organization, because of the management. These are all factors that are affecting players not to blossom in Nigeria. Because you have to have the platform for these players to progress. Without the platform, without the right coaching, without the right facility, without the right mindset, without the right encouragement, these players will not blossom in Nigeria. So, what are we going to do? We need to build that kind of environment in Nigeria so that our league will grow, including the players playing in our league. I could remember in those days in Rangers, we brought a Brazilian coach, and from that Brazilian coach, we started hiring players abroad. We had 2 players from Brazil playing with Enugu Rangers. That was an accomplishment. They were given contracts, reasonable contracts, they were satisfied, they were playing. And I believe 1 or 2 other clubs in those days had players from abroad. Because our league in those days was very competitive, very important. So the 4th thing we need to do is to also, the NFF, the Committee of Club Owners, will create strong and effective policies and procedures that will guide the league. And anyone, including the club owners, the coaches, that breaks the policies and procedures, that person will be removed totally, will be punished and removed totally from the league. Corruption will not be tolerated by anybody. And there will be accountability amongst the club owners, the NFF, and the committee members. The 5th thing that we need to do is to hire the right and reputable referees. And we need to pay them well. Very important. We cannot have people, the referees, not being paid well. We need to pay them and make sure that they get reasonable salary, and there will not be any excuse when we catch them taking money from any club or not doing their job properly. They will be banned for life in reffing any game in Nigeria. And the same rule and regulations will apply to everyone. It's not just the referees. The management, the players, the committee members, the club owners have to abide by these policies and procedures. Anyone that doesn't abide by the policies and procedures will be suspended or will be removed from the league. We have to have strong policies and procedures. The 6th thing I'm going to talk about is the press. Press is very important in any football in the world. The press do great job in promoting the game around the world, and the press in Nigeria need to be respected, and they also need to respect themselves of covering games and commenting on the games the way it should be done. And we should respect them, whether we like their opinion or we don't like their opinion. It's very important to give the press the freedom to do their job. I can call many commentators or newspaper, football writers. I can name one, Sonny Ojebosi, and many others. Fantastic people in the press in Nigeria, reputable people. We need to continue to embrace and respect the press because they are very important in the promotion of the league in Nigeria. The seventh thing I'm going to talk about is having engaged private organizations as sponsorship to be part of the league or part of Nigerian football. But we cannot expect them to join if we don't have a good league. If we have not improved our league, we don't expect for companies to join because they're not going to gain anything, because these companies are there to make money. And if we have not improved our league or our football, they are not going to be able to benefit. So this is very important that we include private organizations of private companies in running Nigerian football. Specifically, the committee members should have portfolios. And what I mean by that, they should have tasks in their portfolio. And they should have performance objective, which means there will be timeline. Let's say, for example, a committee member might have in his portfolio to recruit companies that will sponsor Premier League. And if the committee member does not meet that objective, then the chairman either remove that committee member or reduce incentive, his or her incentive or incentives. Another way also to do it, just to be objective, they can, when they do their job and they got it done, there should be some kind of bonus to encourage them to do more. So I believe with that accountability, we will get result in improving Nigerian football. I previously mentioned how to improve Nigerian football management national level. There is also management club level. Of course, the management national level will set the standard, the policies and procedures. But also, the management of clubs have to be professional. And what I mean by that, it's the owners and the managers or the CEOs of these clubs have to hire the right people to run their clubs. They have to run the clubs as a business, not for non-profit. These clubs are out there for business, to make money, and they have to be managed like a business. You don't have to bring your relative and put in a position that will destroy that club. You need to hire the right people to run the club, from the CEO, from the coaches, and from the personnel. People that have the experience, and you have to have the right facility, because I think these things are very important. You can't have a facility, mediocre facility, a field that is not world-class level. These are some of the things that the NFF have to put in their policies and procedures, so that if you are owning a club, you know that you have to meet those criteria, especially the field. And we have to hire the right coaches, the coaches that are experienced, that also have international mindset, who wants to grow. Very important. And we have to do something different. Sometimes people wonder why the fans are not coming to the games anymore. I have had the opportunity to market Rangers during Chime, former governor of Enugu State administration. I was appointed as one of the board members, and the board assigned me and signed a contract with me and my company, SKB International Marketing Limited, to market the club and to rebrand the club. And I developed a strategy for Rangers, and I was able to promote Rangers games, the history of Rangers, and so many things that I did. I brought in dancers before the game starts. People that will dance, they entertain the club, entertain the fans, and believe it or not, with that, in a weekly basis, people started to come to watch Rangers. The crowd gradually started to come to the games. So these are the kind of strategies that these clubs need to implement to be able to bring back the crowd. The fans in Nigeria are now more interested in watching Premier League. But I'm a believer of competition. That is also good, because these clubs need to work harder to bring back the fans. And one of the things that I recommended in those days, was during the game to make sure that Premier League, we don't play games the same time the Premier Leagues are playing, because our fans might be watching Premier League. And also, the second thing that I implemented in Rangers, to repair the TV in stadium, because Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium do have a big television there, so that even if the fans are watching Rangers play, they can show highlights of Premier League during halftime of the game. That was my idea, for us to do that. So I have done this. I did this for Rangers. These are some of the things other clubs need to do. We can't just be doing the same thing. These clubs cannot just be doing the same thing they have been doing for years, expecting the fans to come back. They have to adapt to the change, because things have changed. Premier League and Bundesliga, the German league, and so many other leagues, Italian leagues, Brazilian leagues. There are so many leagues around the world. So that's the main reason why Nigeria need to improve in their own league to compete against these nations. If you think that somehow that things will start to work without doing what you need to do, you are out of your mind. It's not going to happen, and the crowd will not come back. We will continue to have low turnouts in the games. So These clubs need to develop strategies to be able to deal with these outside factors so that they can be able to be successful. And that's part of what the club and the management will talk about to be able to come up with solutions. But I'm a strong believer in Nigeria. I'm a strong believer of our people. We have smart people. We have knowledgeable, well-educated people, people that have the right mindset to be successful. Let's apply it to develop Nigerian football for everyone. And I hope that this video will help people in Nigeria and around the world to learn how to improve football in Nigeria. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.